Hi everyone, so today I want to show you a 6x6 version of the folded doors gatefold card that I made. So this one I've done slightly differently. I've actually cut out of those front doors and I quite like the way that's turned out. So I've just used quite a plain piece behind, which I probably could have textured a bit more, but it's okay, it's fine. And then inside you've got like some papers. These are from first edition Bon Voyage. My pad is very much used and loved. This is the pad. I'm pretty sure DRK Craft still have this on their site, so go and check them out. And I know they were knocking down a lot of their prices, so if you get over there you might get a good deal. The die that I've used, the little rock climbing die, it's a Coca-Rosa Studio one, so use my code ICED20 and that will get you 20% off your order. So yeah, so let's get into the video. Right, so for this card you're going to need similar pieces to what we did for the 5x7. However, I decided that in order to get it out of a 12x12, I've done the base slightly differently. So with the original, with the 5x7 version, which is this one, we actually did the back piece as 3 pieces. So you've got one piece here, then you've got your middle piece, and then you've got one piece here. And that was because obviously that is a very wide piece of card. It's wider than anything that I've got, unless you want to use an A3 or you've got a card that is bigger, but most people don't have. So I did it in 3 panels. However, for this one, if you want to do it in 3 panels, then you'll need one piece that's 6x6 and 2 pieces that are 6.5x6. So if you don't have 12x12 paper, that would be your solution. If you do have 12x12 card, then what you want to do, I would say, is use a 6x12. So that would be like the back and 1/2, and then a 6x6.5. which will then form the other side. It does mean you only have a tab on one side, so it's slightly unbalanced, but because the tab's on the back, I don't think it's too bad an idea. And it also means you can get your 3 pieces out of one piece of 12x12, whereas otherwise you can't. So that's just out there. So if you want to do it in 3 pieces, then I've put the measurements up on the screen. But if you want to do it how I'm doing it and get it out of a 12x12, then that's the way you need to do it. And then your 2 pieces on the front, so obviously on my 5x7 version, these pink pieces here, you can go for an alternate colour. Now for me I didn't, I've just gone for very slightly darker brown, but these 2 pieces need to be 5 inches by 5.5. Okay, so if you're going to be doing it using 3 pieces, so if you've got a 6x6 and then 2 pieces that are 6.5x6, you want to score both of your 6.5x6 pieces at 3 inches and at 6 inches, and then you'll have your 6x6, which you don't score. If you're doing it with the 2 pieces like I am, then that's how you score your one piece that's 6.5x6. You score it along the 6.5 inch edge at 3 inches and 6 inches, and then you bring your other piece in, which is 6x12, and on this one you're just going to score at 3 inches and at 6 inches. Okay, because obviously, like you say, you'd normally have you'd have another 1/2 inch tab, which is what you'd connect on. So you're just kind of eliminating that tab and having it as one piece instead. So that is those 2 pieces done. Then if you bring in your 5x5.5, you want to have it along the 5 inch edge, and you're going to score halfway at 2.5 inches. And if you do that on both pieces. And then with those pieces, they just need folding in half. Now I've gone quite thin on this card, so it'll just keep the bulk down if you go thinner. So I'm just going to do that. So that gives you 2 little like mini card blanks. And then with your other pieces, your 6.5x6, you can do a mountain and a valley like we did for the 5x7 card. So you end up with that. And then on this one, I'm just going to turn it round because that's going to go on that side there. And then on here, we're just going to do a mountain and valley. So you should end up with that. So then what we're going to do is we're going to stick this onto the back of that. So obviously if you've got 2 of these, then one will go this side of the 6x6 and the other one will go the other side on the 6x6. Then on the inside here, you just need one piece in the middle that is 5 3/4 by 5 3/4, and that's going to go on there. If you want to write on the inside, like I did, so with the 5 by 7, that piece was a white piece. So if you want, you can do that as a white piece or a plain piece so that you can write on that. This time around I decided not to. I decided to do a pattern piece. You could also make this pattern piece so it's top folding and have a white piece underneath that you write on, or if you want, which is what I'm going to do, put a white piece on the back and that'll be where you write your message. So I'm going to go ahead now and stick this piece down. Okay, I'm going to come back to these two pieces here because I'm not quite sure what patterns I want yet. So on the front here, you're going to take your two pieces. Now these will normally go on the front here like that. However, I want to do something a bit different. So if you just want to do something plain, like I did with the 5 by 7, then you just want to stick these two down onto the front here so that they face each other. They open up and they face each other. And then just decorate normally. But I'm going to do something a bit different. So I wanted to use this new die from Coca Rosa Studio. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do like a partial die cut. And I'm actually going to, I'm not going to, because these actually cut out panels, but I'm not going to cut a panel. I wanted to cut them out of these fronts here. Okay, so I'm going to take my piece that opens up like this. And then I'm going to stick this on, but make sure that this piece here just overhangs the fold, and then I'm going to stick that on just with a bit of low tack tape, and then I'm going to open this card up because obviously I only want it to cut on one side, and I'm going to make sure that when I put it through here that bit there dangles off the edge of my plate. So this edge here is going to dangle off the edge of my plate here. And I'm just going to low tack tape that into position because I don't want it moving and us ending up with a cutting edge. And then we're going to put the plate back on top and run it through. And this doesn't matter if it overhangs because the underside isn't on. I'm just going to run that through like that. So there you have your mountain climber just hanging off. Let me just pop that bit out there. And as you can see, it hasn't cut on that left hand side. So that is exactly what I wanted. So that's one piece done. Now we're going to go ahead with the piece on the other side and do exactly the same again, but with this other piece. And obviously this time we want to make sure that the cutting edge is hanging off the edge of that crease there. So if we just make sure it bumps up against the cutting edge, not on it. I mean, obviously, if you're dangling it over the edge of your die, it doesn't matter too much. And then we're going to go ahead and add some more tape. And you will notice that the tape did actually tear my paper, but it doesn't matter because that's the bit I don't need. So that's another reason why I put it where I put it. So once again, I'm going to open this up, make sure I dangle that edge off the side of my plate, cutting plate. Take some more low tack tape and I'd stick that on this side here because I don't want it moving. And then we can go ahead, put the top plate back on again and run it through. Okay, so we end up with that, which has actually turned out really well, and you can't really see it very well, but once I get the pattern pieces on, you'll be able to see it better. So you're going to need, so for this design, you're only going to need two pieces, and these are 2 1/4 by 5 1/4, and these are going to go in here. I'm actually going to do the way around, I think, that way around, like that. So those are going to go in there like that. So I'm going to go ahead and stick those down. Okay, so we bring our other card back in again, and before we stick these down, I'm just going to go ahead and stick the insides in. I've decided to use this world paper. So you need two pieces that are 2 3/4 by 5 3/4, and they're just going to go in there like that. And then we're just going to close these up like that, so you've got your little gatefoldy pieces, and that's where we're going to stick these on the front. So obviously you've got one going that way and one going that way. Okay, so I've gone ahead and just stamped a little happy birthday in the corner there. I feel like I probably could have done some clouds if I'd just done a very light stamp, maybe of some clouds, or put a bit of texture or something on the back. It would have been a bit better, but I didn't really know what it was going to look like until it's finished, so that's fine. I don't mind. And then on the inside you've got your world map and your travel things. And then what I'll do is cut out a 5 3/4 by 5 3/4 white piece, and that will go on the back, and that's where I'll put my greeting. So yeah, so I hope you liked the card today. Make sure you like and subscribe, hit the notification bell so you never miss a video. Make sure you use my code ICED20 on CocoRosaStudio.com, and that you get 20% off your order, because this die was from Coco Rosa. These papers are obviously the first edition Bon Voyage, which I mentioned at the beginning, so make sure you go and have a look at drkcrafts.com. I think they still have some Bon Voyage pads over there, so yeah, make sure you go check them out. But yeah, I'll see you again soon. Bye.